Making an educated guess is cool. There's nothing wrong with making an educated guess. But there is something wrong with assuming, especially when you're assuming something that is probably not true. The easiest thing to do is assume. The hardest thing to do is to actually look into it and figure it out. Anybody can assume anything about anybody, right? Most of the time, we're on the outside looking in. And being that we're on the outside looking in, we have no choice but to see things from our own perception. And our perception is our reality, whether we want to like it or not. And everyone's entitled to their own perception. But to get an understanding, to come to a common ground, there's facts. And these facts are obvious facts, and these are facts that you can't see. And the only way you're going to get an understanding of anything is you have to ask questions. You have to do your own research, right? You have to look into it. Don't be so quick to assume, right? This world we live in is full of many illusions. It's full of many things that's incorrect, right? And to be honest with you, we're in the dark most of the time. Most of these things we really don't know a whole lot about. We're getting secondhand knowledge. We're getting secondhand information. We're getting information that's been passed down from person to person, from media, from this, from that. So you should be very skeptical about anything that you hear. You should criticize constructively anything that you hear, right? You should be open-minded to the possibilities that involve any information that you come in contact with. You should always judge its validity and ask yourself, is it true or not? Never stop asking questions. Never assume, okay? Always look into it. Do your research, right? Try your best to come to the truth as much as possible, okay? Most people that you come around, they're quick to assume something. And when you assume something and you're not all the way on target, you create a situation that's incorrect. You play a part in either the formulation of a rumor, the spreading of a rumor, right? The assassination of someone's character, okay? Just because you didn't have the patience to look into it, to ask questions, to research it, okay? The world we in, we need more researchers. We need scientists. We need people who are students. We need people who are open-minded enough to acknowledge the fact that most of the time we really don't know what's going on. And when you're open-minded and you stand on these grounds that most of the time people really don't know what's going on, you're going to be more inclined to ask questions and to look into things. Stop spreading rumors. Stop lying. Stop helping other people lie. Always try to figure out the truth. I refuse to assume that you are a bad person. I am going to figure it out for myself whether you are a bad person for me. I refuse to assume that you know nothing about what you're talking about. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to figure out for myself if you actually know what you're talking about. I refuse to assume that you are not a safe person to hang around, okay? I'm going to hang around you. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to fill you out. I'm going to figure out for myself if you're a safe person to hang around. I refuse to assume anything about somebody I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm going to try my best to find out the truth.